We started our business 7 months ago, and here are the top 10 lessons that we've learned that we wish you knew when we began. Number 1, communication is key. And we want to always constantly communicate first and foremost with each other. We talk every single minute, every single hour,
all the time.
every single day with all of our decisions,
Yep.
making sure that we're in sync with different things.
Yep.
The next level of that is communicating with our team. So of course we use Slack, sometimes we use email, we use Loom, and we have our meetings because we want to make sure that they know what they're supposed to do and what our expectations of them as well.
Yes.
And then finally, of course, our clients who we are servicing. So we meet with our clients once a week. If not, we send them slides or a Loom or an email. We want to make sure that they constantly feel that they're getting the work that they, paying us to do. Lesson number 2, follow up. As Grant said, follow up is where the fortunes are made, and we've really learned that in sales.
Yes.
Most of the closes we get are from following up. Sometimes we look at our notes and we followed up like 10 times before we even get them on a sales meeting. So follow up is very key. Whether it's email, calls, DMs, calling again, follow up is key.
Yeah. Number 3 is systems. So we've learned that having good systems is really important, specifically with our time management and our organization. So we've created systems around, how we track our work hours, how we track our team's work hours, tasks, things like that. If you want to learn more actually about our systems, check out our systems video. We'll drop it in the link, and we talk all about the stuff that we've done, but we've learned that systems is a huge part of this business. Number 4 is the circle or network. You got to have, the saying is like you are the sum of your 5 friends. We found that, having a circle around us that can support us, number 1, and 2, that we also learn from has been crucial to getting far in this business. On top of that, it acts as kind of like a mentorship between us and the other people.
All right, and speaking of mentorship, that's something really, really key. We have a lot of mentors in our business. We have our accountant, we have our marketing agency mentors, and a very, really good key is that you need to find someone who's relatable and in your field. So for example, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos are really successful people, but they really wouldn't be good mentors because one, they're like so far ahead of us and in a different industry. It's really good to find someone that's kind of just a little bit ahead of you, so they're relatable and they know what you're going through as well. And so special shout out to Chris and Paulo, who's been helping us along the way.
Absolutely.
Oh, wait.
That's your number 6.
Number 6, constantly learning. So that's also key. Kayla and I carve out at least 30 minutes to an hour every day to just constantly learn. We'll pick a topic for the week. So one week we'll learn about diets. And every night we'll spend 15 minutes watching a video about different diets. And that changes on a weekly basis. So, a few weeks ago we learned about sales. This week I think it was like cold calling. Yeah. And so, just constantly learning because there will always be things to do and you'll always be busy, but you should always make time to learn.
Yes. Number 7, so constant reevaluation. Constant reevaluation is super important to know, are we doing the right thing? Can we do better? So how we do that is basically every Saturday, we'll sit down, we'll talk about what went well during the week, what didn't do so good, maybe are we going in the right direction with our business? Things to improve, things like that. Another thing we'll do is reevaluate our scripts because obviously we want to talk to you guys and have it be coherent. So we'll review that. And then on top of that, our sales meetings. So we record our sales meetings so that we can go back afterwards and check out, oh, maybe we should have said that, or maybe we should do this next time. And then the last one is that we send out email blasts. So these are like promotional items, things like that. And we review that, make sure, are we saying the right thing? Is this offer strong enough? What can we do to make it better? That kind of thing. Number 8, leverage. Leverage is something that we've learned to be very valuable to ourselves personally, but also to our business. So when you have someone that you can use to leverage like work time, that's been really important to us. Having a great team, we found, makes the leverage part even easier. And then on top of that, leveraging the time that you have with other people so that maybe we don't need to spend, an hour doing Instagram posts. Maybe someone else can do that.
Exactly.
So that's been super, super valuable to learn.
Another thing that's been really helpful is accountability. So number 9, accountability. It's really hard to go through these times and sometimes you just don't want to do the work. So you need an accountability buddy. You do that for each other. That's why you have workout partners because, if you don't want to go to the gym, your buddy will tell you to go to the gym. And so we have several systems in place for that. one of which is Clockify. It's a tool we use to keep track of the amount of time we work every day. We've noticed that if we don't track our time, we basically don't do work. Yeah. And when we started tracking our time, we realized, oh man, we're only working 5 hours today. We need to get to like 7. So we'll try to get to meaningful work between 5 and 7. Also our hustle list, as we mentioned in our previous video. So we have Notion tickets where we have the things we need to do for the day, and we need to make sure we get to those tasks for those days.
Yes.
Kayla has recently implemented something really good. Every morning after we stretch, she has a little days until the end of the new year. And that really lights a fire under our ass because we're like, oh, we only have a few days left.
Gotta get
so
going.
We manually change that number. And then sales tallies. So every time we book a sales meeting or have a sales meeting or close a client, we go to the whiteboard and mark it down, and that really keeps us accountable. And then number 10, the last one is resilience. You know, entrepreneurship, it's the trenches. There will be ups and downs, and so you just got to be resilient, enjoy the ride, and always remember there will be problems, and you just got to solve it, and this too shall pass.
Absolutely. We found that no matter how difficult it feels, there's always going to be, some sort of light at the end of the tunnel. There's always going to be something to go for. And, it really comes down to a lot of problem solving, I think. Just making sure, if you have a big problem, if you have to eat the elephant, per se, just take it bite by bite. Because by the end of it, you'll have found that the problem that was so huge and weighing you down, you'll be able to get through. And then another thing that we've really learned is to focus on the things that you can control. Because if you start focusing on things you can't control, you get really stressed, get really anxious, it doesn't really help out too much. So if you can just really focus in on the things that you can, make an impact on, that is the most valuable we've found. Mm-hmm. So these are the top 10 lessons about our business that we've learned along the way. We wish we knew them sooner, but we know them now, and hopefully we can share them with you.
And let us know in the comments what your favorite lesson was as you are starting your own business. And on our next video, we will provide 7 suggestions for couples who are starting their own business together.
Yay! We upload weekly, so don't forget to
subscribe,
and hit that bell notification
to follow us on our journey.
All right. Peace. How did this week go for you?
I think this week was quite amazing relative to other weeks, except for today. But as we mentioned in the video, ups and downs.
Yep.
I think this week we closed 2.5 clients, maybe in a way.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So that was awesome.
Yep.
I've also noticed that we're getting more sales meetings.
That's true.
We're booking and we're having more sales meetings, which wasn't the case when we got back from Europe.
No.
So momentum is key.
Nice.
Today was a little rough, but I think it's always a good learning lesson.
Yeah.
How
Keep
about
us
you?
humble, right? Yeah. I think my week went pretty well, all things considered. Definitely getting those wins this week with closing those clients was a huge morale booster. And now that today's been a little bit more humbling, I appreciate how good it feels to win. So I think, it's just a function of how can we get more wins? How can we remember the wins so that when days like this come, we keep going?
So, I'm also excited because last week we were trying to get to 7 hours per day.
Yeah.
And we were almost there because you could see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all 7 hours. And then we went down on Friday. So this week we're the same. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday have all been 7 hours.
Yep. And
we're on Friday. So we're going to try to push through the 7 hour mark this week. But,
we shall see.
I think you said this too. It's we shouldn't be doing meaningless work to get to 7 hours. So it's about making sure we're doing effective work.
I agree. But we're getting there.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Good job, baby.
Good job to you.
Proud of you.
I'm more proud of you.
Aww.
Okay.
All right.
We started our business 7 months ago, and here are the top 10 lessons that we wish we learned when we learned.
When we began.
Wait, is this right? And here we learned that we've learned that we wish we knew when we began. Okay. All right.
3,
All right.
2, dun, dun,
Okay.
dun, dun.
Ready?
Yep.